everybody. I know this is weird lighting and whatnot, but I figured I'd tell you a story, I guess. Christmas of 2013, I had discovered something that was going to be life-changing to me, even though I didn't know it at the time. My cousin, somebody who I was very close to, she was my best friend. We lived together, we did everything together, I relied on her. But she betrayed me in the worst way possible. When I was 4 years old, my father died. Biological father. He got burns all over his body, really bad ones. He got sent to the hospital, they filled him up with morphine, and they sent him home. Well, my dad was severely overweight, and from what I understand it, basically he was crushed by his own body weight. I was 4 years old when this happened. And I guess there was a lawsuit. My mom sued the hospital, and they came to some sort of agreement where me and my brother were supposed to get paid, and all of this fun stuff. And so it came around, and I started getting my payments from the company or whatever. And I got into a bind a little bit. I was going to 2 different colleges. I was trying to buy a car. I was broke. I didn't have jack squat for money. But I decided to sell, whatever I had left in my annuity payments, so that basically I could get a lump sum, sort of thing. And, I went through with it, I got it, it was all good, great, and wonderful, and then my cousin stole $20,000 from me. And I found out while I was Christmas shopping. It was incredibly humiliating. I didn't have enough money in my account for what I had in my basket, and I was outraged. It should have been in my bank account. There was no reason that it should have been. And I went online and I looked through my bank account, and sure enough, my cousin had been emailing herself money little by little, every day, 2 or 3 times a day. She was just filling up her bank card. She, bought a Christmas tree. She bought a pile of presents as large as a Christmas tree for her family. And I was basically screwed. My boyfriend at the time kicked me out because I didn't have any money, and he decided I wasn't worth anything anymore. I ended up moving in with these people shortly afterwards because it was the only rent I could afford. They only charged me $300 a month, so I figured, I could make that work. And it turns out they were meth heads. They started, like, when I first moved in, they weren't using it all. And then they had a couple of friends drop by, and they started smoking it in the house. And of course, my bedroom was right next to theirs, so God only knows, the kind of chemicals and stuff that were floating around in the air. And then they started shooting it up, and they all did this in front of me, and it was a really frightening experience, because when the drugs kicked in, it was like a huge transformation. They went from people I knew-ish and kind of sort of liked to monsters. I mean, they just turned into monsters. It was one conspiracy theory after another. There are dragons in the sky. The son is Jesus and Jesus is the Antichrist. And it was really, really frightening stuff. And then they started getting, you know, threatening. They started threatening me, hey, you need to give us more money, you know, for drugs, because they wanted it for drugs. That's what they wanted. And so they started, like, harassing me for more money, more money. I didn't have any. And then they started threatening me, and they started stealing my things. They stole my laptop, my phone charger, my paintings. They stole all of my makeup case. They started taking things little by little by little, like the entire time I was there. And then eventually it got to the point where they started threatening me. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna go get my crowbar and I'm gonna bash your fucking skull in, and you know, that kind of stuff. And it was incredibly frightening. And I didn't know if I was gonna make it. I didn't know if I was gonna come out of that house alive. And one day I decided to just up and leave. I crawled out of my bedroom window with a backpack. And I took a bus. I took a Greyhound to Long Beach, California. And I went to this homeless shelter in Wilmington. And I stayed there for from July till I want to say August. I was there. And then I moved into a friend's place, and now this whole time my cousin and I have had this agreement, you know, every month you're supposed to pay me back $300, you know, for what you did, basically. And I'm sitting there, like, waiting every month by the phone, just like, okay, I'm waiting for the confirmation number, I'm waiting for the confirmation number, I'm waiting for the confirmation number. And lately, she hasn't given me anything. I mean, like, I got $150 last month, and it was late. And same thing with the month before that, it was fucking late. All of her payments have been late, they haven't been on time, and they haven't been the right amount, and this month she hasn't paid me at all. And I'm supposed to sit here and become homeless and, you know, all over again because my cousin doesn't know the value of family. She thinks she does, but you don't steal from your family and then go back on your agreement and ignore me and everything like that because you're high and mighty and you sit on your pedestal and, you know, nobody is ever going to be able to do anything to, you know, make you happy or whatever. So you have to go around and steal your happiness. And it's unfair. And I wish I had sent her to jail. I wish I had sent her to jail and just had the bank email me my money. But I didn't because I was trying to be a great person. And, you know, she wanted to be a teacher. So I wasn't going to send her to jail and everything like that. And now there's nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing I can do because the bank says, well, sorry. And my cousin is obviously not interested in paying me back at all. So I have to rely on this website that I know nothing about. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's reliable or anything like that. But now I have to rely on this website to get the money that my cousin stole from me. And it's not fair. And I know this sounds like just some huge sob story. And but the thing is, even now, I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying not to freak out on her. I'm trying not to send her to jail or whatever. Because she's my cousin. She's my family. And I love her. Even though she epically screwed me. So, I guess that's it. Enough ranting for now. But, yeah. Thank you.